It's been 3 weeks since Ontario removed its mask mandate inside schools, though multiple school boards across the province are set to vote on bringing them back in defiance of the Ford government's order.
Or under your desk, even your lunch boxes.
For students and educators, it's been the elephant in the classroom for weeks now.
If you mind if I ask, Krista, is your daughter wearing a mask at school today?
No, she's not.
The breath of maskless air students have enjoyed while playing outside could be halted at some schools. As of tomorrow, school board trustees in Ottawa will vote on bringing the mask mandate back to public schools in that city. Hamilton and Halton school board trustees will hold a similar vote. On Friday, Public Health Ontario released an updated COVID-19 risk assessment briefing, stating that the temporary re-implementation of masking requirements indoors and improved air quality can reduce the risk of in-school transmission and related disruption for students, families, and educational settings.
It's complete alignment between what we're hearing in the City of Ottawa and our public health experts in the city, but also what Public Health Ontario has said in its latest risk assessment.
Though that alignment appears to end when you speak to Ontario's Chief Medical Officer of Health, who's declining to follow the advice of the province's own Public Health Office.
Very mask friendly in Ontario. We're absolutely still providing free masks. There's been no significant rise in the risk of children in the intensive care unit.
Mark Fisher is the trustee who will be bringing the mask motion to vote in Ottawa.
That we had the authority before the pandemic, during the pandemic, and we will after the pandemic, to put in place measures that ultimately provide a safe environment for our employees, but also provide a safe environment for students.
One psychotherapist who's in support of removing the mask mandate believes any back and forth would have detrimental effects on children's development and mental health, depending on their age.
Now used to wearing a mask. I'm now used to not wearing a mask. Wait, I got to get used to wearing a mask again. Is problematic for sure in the elementary age group. Developmentally, children actually need to see faces in order to understand emotional intelligence, like to sort of understand what emotions are, to understand their own emotions. Teenagers are already self-conscious, and masks have allowed them to sort of hide to a certain extent. They don't have to show the face that they may or may not be self-conscious about. It's not a good thing for teenagers to be able to use masks to aid and abet that anxiety. So demasking is necessary for them to overcome that anxiety.
For weeks, CityNews has spoken to perplexed parents in parts of Ontario who are against the return of the mask mandate in schools.
Trustees they've overstepped their bounds. Why are they making the choice for us when the government has said, make your own choices?
CityNews asked the Education Minister's office why they're not following the recommendation from Public Health Ontario. His office declined to answer, saying that they're letting today's comments from the Medical Officer of Health stand.